Hey everybody, welcome back to the show. I'm your host, Dr. Nick, and I have very unfortunate news. The legend in the comic industry, Stan Lee, passed away at the age of 95. As you know, Stan Lee was the creators of many different comics. X-Men, The Incredible Hulk, Spider-Man. It's just I was never really a comic book reader when I was younger. I got into it in probably the mid to late 90s. Um, of course, in all the Marvel movies, he's always done a cameo. And it's crazy that we will no longer see that. I'm shocked. I really am. I am really shocked. I mean, I knew sooner or later it would happen. I wasn't really prepared for it, I guess. I met him back in 2012 at the Chicago Comic-Con. Very nice guy. Very nice. Very down-to-earth dude. Um, he wasn't like a lot of celebrities and other people, where they'd rush you along. He actually talked to each and everybody that took a picture with him and would answer questions, and was just a very nice, like I said, down to earth person. I could tell that he legitimately loved that people loved his work. And with people nowadays, they bug celebrities. And I've heard horror stories of meeting celebrities and people just being let down. Stan Lee was a legitimate, yeah, man. He was a legitimate hero. He created these wonderful comics that we could all escape in. And guys like, Iron Man and Ant-Man, the Incredible Hulk. One of my favorite X-Men was always, obviously not everybody's favorite, Wolverine, of course, but I was always a big fan of Cyclops. I watched the Uncanny X-Men cartoon on Fox in the mid-90s. It's crazy to think that a lot of people, I mean, I wouldn't necessarily call them, bandwagon appreciators or fans, but until the comic book movies really came into light, a lot of people didn't really appreciate his work. Like I said, I read comics, probably, I'd say probably around 95, 96. I was a huge fan of DC, but I was a bigger fan of Marvel comics. I think everybody loves Batman, but I was always, a huge fan of the Marvel universe. Spider-Man was always a big favorite of mine. Of course, you remember the fantastic cameo in Mallrats, where he was at the mall doing a signing, and all that went down. It was Brody, but it's one of those things where you never really expect, for somebody who you've idolized, in your youth, and made so many things enjoyable by the books that he created, these characters. All I could say is, rest in peace, Stan Lee. Thank you for the wonderful works that you created for all of us to enjoy. I don't know. it's really hard to put into words, you know, how many people who appreciated his genius of you know, the entire, I can't imagine the comic book industry without a guy like Stan Lee. He was one of those people who obviously, you know, had a you know, he created a whole new, you know, yes, he actually did pass away. TMZ confirmed that he did pass away. I know earlier this year there was reports of possibly the people who were taking care of him were abusing him. That I don't know if it's true or not. I really hope it wasn't true. I know when I seen him in 2012, he wasn't really looking the best health-wise, but, you know, I guess, you know, he was very happy to talk to everyone. He was in great spirits. I got an autographed picture and a photograph with him, and I got to talk to him, and, you know, told him some of my favorite comic book issues, and he, you know, he legitimately enjoyed talking to every one of his fans. And that, you know, that's who Stan Lee was. He was not just a legend in the comic book industry, but for those who knew him, you know, just in regular life, he was a legitimate good guy, you know. But anyways, I hope that everybody, you know, can appreciate all the works that he's left behind. And I want everybody to, you know, basically look at it this way. He's gone. He will not be forgotten. Legends never really die. So, thank you for watching. You know, I wish I had better news, but I'll see y'all later.